Hey guys, what is up? It is me, Pagey, here once again with another video on, well, The Flash and Arrow specifically, but also Supergirl because it's some crossover stuff. So, wow, they've actually just released a new poster for the Elseworlds crossover. So if you didn't know, the crossover for this season between Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl, so no Legends this year, but those three shows is the Elseworlds crossover. So if you don't know what Elseworlds is, essentially it's just like a different continuity outside the regular canon of the DC universe. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what they do with the crossover this season in regards to that. But they have released this poster, as you can see on the screen right now. And what? Am I tripping out? Did I just, I had a drink of water before. Did someone lace my water just then? Am I just tripping out? Because I'm seeing Oliver Queen as the Flash and Barry Allen as Green Arrow. Am I tripping out? Am I seeing this correctly? Because what the hell is going on in this poster? I'm sorry, this is just tripping me out a bit. This was like a meme. Like, this has been a meme on the internet. Like, if Barry stuffed up the timeline so much that Oliver Queen would become the Flash and Barry would become the Green Arrow. Now it's a reality. At least according to this poster, it is a reality. So, what the hell? Now, the main thing to look at is at the top. It says Destiny will be rewritten. Now, there has been a lot of like talk and like theorizing. Is that a word? Or theory work, or just general theories around this crossover, and if it's going to change the universe going forward. I don't know if that's necessarily going to be the case, but the fact that it does say Destiny will be rewritten is very interesting at the top, and just the fact that there is going to be this. Obviously, I'm not expecting like this to be the whole crossover. You know what I mean? I'm not expecting Oliver Queen to be a Speeds to the whole crossover, or for Barry Allen to be the Green Arrow the whole crossover. I think this is just going to be a segment of the crossover. I think we're going to get multiple posters leading up to the Elseworlds crossover where we're going to get like swaps and stuff like that. That's what I think we might get, at least. Then we might get a big poster with like different stuff going on, but this is interesting. I'm not going to lie, this is extremely interesting, having these two characters here. It is interesting that there is no Supergirl here. It makes you think maybe what's going on with her in this crossover. But I think this is the main switch that is like the big one. Like, Supergirl might not have a switch. If there is a switch, it might be something really minor, or yeah, she might not have one at all. But just the fact that we are going to have this happen, which has been a meme online for so long, I find hilarious, but also almost meta by the people writing the crossover as well. It's like they know that it's a bit of a meme online, these two swapping roles, so that's pretty hilarious. In regards to the background of the shot, I don't think there is anything of importance. I'm trying to scan up the top of my head, like just from a glance, and I can't see anything. I think it is just like a generic alley. I don't think we're going to be looking for any like little graffiti Easter eggs and stuff to like Batwoman or anything like that. I can't see anything, at least. If anyone can, let me know in the comment section down below. But the whole thing about this Elseworlds crossover has been a bit confusing in regards to the characters we're going to get. Like, are we going to get an actual Elseworlds story where it is out of this, like, our general continuity on the shows, where, the Barry Allen, the Oliver Queen, the Kara Danvers, the Clark Kent, and the various other characters that we're hanging out with in this crossover aren't the ones that we see on the Flash, Arrow, and Supergirl on a weekly basis. They're just completely different versions, which allows them to do stuff with the characters that, won't affect the general continuity in the other shows going forward. So they could kill off, Barry Allen as the Green Arrow if they wanted to. They could do that, and it doesn't affect, obviously, Barry Allen as the Flash on The Flash. There's no effect there. The only big issue around that is that it's like, oh, okay, well, why should we care about these characters? But I think you'll still care about the character because you're used to caring about them on a week-to-week basis on their normal show. So there is still that care factor going forward in this crossover, even if they are like expendable, if you want to call them. I guess the most interesting thing about this is that they will have to make a new suit for Stephen Amell. Now, I think Grant and Stephen are roughly the same height. I think they're basically the same height, but obviously Stephen is a bit bigger in regards to muscles and stuff like that. And as you'll know, the new Flash, like this was like last season with the other suit, maybe they could get away with it. But obviously, as you would know, this season, it is a pretty tight-fitting suit. And even like, I think Stephen Amell has a much bigger head. Like in regards to like width, if you want to call it. So the helmet might need to be like different, but I'm not gonna lie, I think Stephen Amell actually rocks the Flash suit pretty well. Obviously the beard is a bit of a giveaway. Maybe the beard's a bit too much. Like we're looking a bit like beginning of season 4 Barry when he had that beard going on. I think he rocks it pretty decently. Some might argue that he technically looks a bit more like Barry Allen than Grant Gustin does, because Barry Allen has like sort of blonde hair and blue eyes in the comics, and that's what Stephen Amell has. So you could argue maybe Stephen Amell's looking a bit more like Barry Allen than Grant Gustin is. But I think, as I said, I think this is just going to be like a small part of the crossover. I don't know if this would necessarily be the main thing. But I know we might be proven wrong. This could be actually the main thing that we're seeing in the crossover, and it is like an actual flip on these roles. So we are going to see an Oliver Queen speedster and a Barry Allen Archer or Green Arrow character, which is pretty crazy to think. Now, we haven't seen set photos of this, which makes me think we might. This makes me think we might get set photos of this coming in the next couple of days of Stephen Amell suited up as the Flash and Barry Allen, Grant Gustin suited up as Green Arrow. I think we might get this on set in the next couple of days. That's what they tend to do if they are going to show this stuff, especially something big like this. I don't think anyone was expecting this. The fact that they're showing this now makes me think that they will film publicly, and we do have some photos to go over in a second of them filming in public in some certain attire, which we will go over in a second. So I think that's maybe why they're releasing this. If not, then maybe it's just to build up some hype. Obviously, we had the Flash later on today, so maybe just build up hype for that. We had Arrow earlier on, might I say, so maybe it's just around that. But I would not be surprised. Maybe not tomorrow, maybe not the day after, but in the next couple of days, they film publicly with these suits on. And so just to avoid confusion, they're just like, yo, this is what's happening. But as you can see here, there are some other set photos of Grant Gustin and Stephen Amell suited up as the Trigger Twins. That's what they're being called from they're from the comics as well. Now, originally in the comics, they were like cowboys. So what's your modern day version of a cowboy? Essentially, it's like you had gangs, cowboy gangs back then, gangs in the West. So you have like biker gangs nowadays. So so biker gangs are basically like the modern day cowboys, I guess. So they're essentially just like modernizing it. Now, we also did get a look at the black Superman suit worn by Tyler Hoechlin, which I'm sure most of you have seen already, which made many people think that they were doing some sort of like death of Superman thing, which, could still be the case. But I think if you were going to point out a storyline from the comics that relates to both of these designs, it would be the Blackest Night storyline. But obviously that won't be happening due to, well, one, no Green Lantern in this universe, unless they decide to introduce one in this crossover, which I highly doubt. And two, the Trigger Twins are alive. They're not dead, obviously. They're not dead looking at all. But the Trigger Twins' design here does look a lot like their Blackest Night look. I think they had a look similar to this in another storyline, but this looks more synonymous with their Blackest Night look, mainly because it's black, I guess, but it looks very familiar to that. In regards to these Trigger Twins, you would have to think they are Elseworlds versions of Barry and Oliver. However, they could have just like stolen these clothes from the actual Trigger Twins in order to go like undercover or something. Like, who knows? Because it is sort of weird for these two to be called Trigger Twins. I'm really finding it hard to say Trigger Twins. Anyway, to be called Trigger Twins, see, I'm struggling. Well, they don't look similar. Sure, you don't have to be like an identical twin to be a twin, but Grant and Stephen look like nothing alike. So you really wouldn't even think that they're related, let alone twins. But they also did publicly release that black Superman suit with Tyler Hoechlin in it, because they did film publicly, and there were scenes shot with that black Superman suit along with the Trigger Twins as well. So who knows what's going on there, and who knows what's going on with the black Superman suit. There's multiple options, I guess. But we also did see Stephen Amell suited back up as Green Arrow as well. So in the poster we just got, he's the Flash. In another set photo, he's a Trigger Twin. And in another set photo, he is Green Arrow. So way too many costumes for Stephen Amell at least. So I'm getting a migraine now just thinking about all this crossover stuff. I have a feeling this crossover is just going to be like next level insane. It's going to be insane. And they're only like a week and a bit into filming for it. So imagine when like Batwoman is on set and there's just like all this crap going on. It's going to be absolutely insane. But overall, I am liking what I'm seeing from the crossover. John Barrowman, who obviously you would know plays Malcolm Merlyn, landed in Vancouver yesterday. So I don't know if that is for the crossover. It might be, it might not be, but it wouldn't surprise me at all, because this is Elseworlds. Sure, Malcolm Merlyn might be quote-unquote dead on Earth 1, but when it's Elseworlds, he can be alive. Everyone can be alive. We might get Eddie Thawne, Ronnie Raymond, Martin Stein. They might all show up. Everyone's back for this Elseworlds crossover because it's Elseworlds. So this is just insane. I can't wait to see more of this crossover, whether it's official promo stuff or even just set photos and stuff coming out. Can't wait to see more of it, but I was definitely not expecting this poster to drop of a goddamn Oliver Queen Speedster and a Barry Allen Archer. Was definitely not expecting it. But guys, if you enjoyed the video, it would be awesome if you could drop a like on it to show your support. Let me know in the comment section down below your various opinions on what we went over. I guess mainly the poster. Were you like, did you have a big like WTF face when you saw it? Like, what the hell is going on? Was that your reaction? Just let me know all of your opinions in the comment section down below. And of course, if you are new to the channel, make sure to subscribe. I'll catch you later, guys. And goodbye.